Hello and welcome back to the channel. A black-owned Chinese restaurant. A black-owned Chinese restaurant. Ain't that something, family? For the past few days, I've been seeing this story all over the internet, and I decided, you know what? People are sharing this with me. I'm seeing it popping up in my feed, so it is time to go ahead and chime in on this. First thing I'd like to say is why not? Why not a black-owned Chinese restaurant? In almost every household here in America and all over the place, you have people who prepare Chinese meals, Italian meals. Every time you eat spaghetti, that's an Italian dish. Every time you do your tacos, that's a Mexican dish. You do your jerk chicken, I believe that is a Caribbean dish. So of course. And then also your curry meals, that would be Middle Eastern and Caribbean, I believe. And so, of course, why not a black-owned Chinese restaurant? Let me tell you why I don't see a problem with this at all. Because if you have a recipe to something, you can prepare it as a Chinese dish. And so these are black people who pretty much specialize, their restaurant specializes in Chinese food. So I say, what is wrong with that? Okay, here's the thing. In this house, I'm going to tell you right now, my daughter, Rebecca, she's one of our adult children. Rebecca, whenever she asks if she can prepare a Chinese meal, we say, oh my goodness, Rebecca is about to go in there and throw down, because this girl takes her time. She prepares this stuff and everyone already knows that they are in for a treat. Whenever Rebecca says that this is what she wants to prepare, everybody just sits back and waits, almost as if we're at a restaurant. We have our plate, spoon and fork, and we know that we are about to enjoy ourselves because Rebecca puts her foot in it. Now, I don't know where that statement comes from, but I've heard old timers say it for the longest. Did you put your foot in it? And so we kind of joke around with it. We say, you know, Rebecca don't just put her foot in it. She put her ankle in it, all of that. Because the way she prepares her Chinese dishes, you would think that you were sitting up in a Chinese restaurant. But I would venture to say that my daughter's taste a whole lot better. And here recently, my mom did something that just kind of tripped us out, right? She did a Chinese meal, but she did, instead of chicken fried rice, she did lamb fried rice. And I'm going to tell you right now, we were like, oh my, yeah. She put her foot down in that stuff, you know. So I don't see anything wrong with a black-owned Chinese restaurant, because I got one right here. I already got my own black-owned Chinese restaurant right here. Our daughter, Hannah, she makes some Squizolectro Stone Denial egg foo young patties. And she makes rice really good too. The fried rice, she makes it excelente. And so I'm all for this. If they got the pool, if they can cook and throw down like that in the kitchen, why not? It just so happens that they are black owned and they are preparing Chinese meals. Now, some people will call this deceptive. I remember years ago when we said something about making some Jamaican dishes, right? And someone said to us, but y'all ain't Jamaican, so wouldn't that be deceptive? And I said to myself, ain't this something? How is it deceptive for us to make Jamaican meals and call it Jamaican when you're using a Jamaican recipe? Some people just overthink things. So when we get ourselves in there, we make spaghetti, which is an Italian dish. Is that being deceptive? By calling this an Italian dish? Is it being deceptive if we make jerk chicken and we say we're going to make a Caribbean dish today? So that's what I mean when I say sometimes people overthink things. They're too overly judgmental of situations that they don't have to be. So I can already see that some people may think that this is deceptive, calling it a black-owned Chinese restaurant. But for me, I say, go for it. Because like I said earlier in this video, we have our very own black-owned Chinese restaurant right here in our house. Whenever we prepare these meals, when you sit down to one of Rebecca's Chinese meal, and she don't just do the rice, she does the whole works, the sweet and sour, chicken, all of it. I'm telling you right now, I am so happy for these people. If this works, wonderful. I went to their website, and let me just get that for you here on the screen just to be clear. I want to make sure those of you who may live in their area may want to go by there. I want to make sure I'm giving the right information here, because this is very interesting that they're doing this. But when I went to their website, though, it actually, hold on one second here. Okay, blackdragon.com. They said that they've been getting a lot of traffic over the past week because of this banner that they shared. Is Black, BLAQ dragon.com. Okay, this is some free press for them. Okay, I just wanted to chime in on this because it is very, very possible. There are different comments or statements being made about this, and I wanted to chime in on it to say that many of us believe it's okay, although you do have those who don't get it because they don't want to get it. They're always trying to overanalyze situations that don't require overanalyzing. But I say go for it, family. Hope everything works out just fine for you. And anyone in their area who would like to order, I gave you the website, blackdragon.com, and that's BLAQ dragon.com. Like I said, this is some free press. I want to know what you all think about a Black-owned Chinese restaurant. Do you think this is an awesome idea? And also, I'd like to know if any of you know how to make your own Chinese food or Chinese dishes at home. And do you put your foot in it? Because I'm telling you right now, that's what happens around here. That is what happens around here. And guess what else we make ourselves? And my husband, I would say, makes the best of these. Egg rolls. Watchman makes the best egg rolls that I have tasted. They taste way better than anything that you can get at a Chinese restaurant because there's a lot of love put into it. We make our own sweet and sour sauce. My husband said that I make the best sweet and sour sauce. But I think everybody does pretty good on that. But to each his own. Anyway, we all have our specialties in what we do in terms of our Chinese. I do the Chinese noodles too. I love the way they turn out. And like I said, you can't tell any difference than if you were at a restaurant. This is why I say we have our very own restaurant right here preparing our own Black-owned Chinese dishes. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comment section below. How good are you at making your own homemade Chinese dishes? Is this a win, this family with the Black-owned Chinese restaurant? Or do you think that this is deceptive? Leave your comments below. Until next time. We hope you liked today's topic. Please leave your comments below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, share it like this video, and with that, we're out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.